So I found this website. It was a business website. It had a lot of great articles on it. There were even some big brands that had linked back to these articles. And a few months ago, I stole this bad boy. Okay, well, sort of, but I'm definitely taking the links from the big brands. Let me tell you how. So every day, millions of websites go to what I like to call the website graveyard. Businesses go out of business. People that had domain names have been paying for them for years, and they're wondering to themselves, like, why do I even have this thing? What am I doing with this? Or maybe a brand just doesn't want to keep up their website or whatever. Maybe it's an organization or they had an idea and they just don't want to do it. Well, after your domain registrar warns you for like the 97th time, hey, are you going to renew this? Are you going to renew this? Eventually, they go back onto the open market. But you have the opportunity to snag one of these domain names and keep its downtime to a minimum and keep the backlinks as active as possible and keep those web pages live so that you can build upon this previous foundation of that person or business. And this can be a huge shortcut to building a blog or an online brand because you may be able to bypass the sandbox period with Google. And there are companies that specialize in snagging these domain names and selling them as brands to folks like you and I. One such company is a company called Odys Global. This is their website. It is basically invite only, but you request access, put in your information, they'll provide you a login, and you can view the domains that they have available. So I reached out to Odys and I did a deal with them, and I said, hey, I have an audience where I talk about blogging and such. If you guys will want to do a deal, I'm willing to do a case study and build a website using one of your age domains and create videos over the next year about the process. And they said, yeah, sure, sounds good. So I signed a contract with them and away we go. And so far, my experience with Odys has been absolutely amazing, if I must say so myself. It's been awesome. The support has been wonderful. Every question I've had along the way, like I already had a great idea of exactly what I needed to do with the niche that I was in and articles that I wanted to write and what my game plan for the website was. And I've just had the biggest email thread with the support. I don't even know if they knew I had a deal with Odys. So I think they were just treating me like they would any other customer that bought a domain. So like just today, I got an email back about redirects, and this email was in depth. It taught me exactly what I need to do. It said that I could use a plugin. It would be okay because I don't have a ton of them. And because I had showed interest in wanting to learn about how to edit my own HT access file, this is way above my pay grade. I've never done that before. They also sent me additional resources to look into to learn further since I wanted to learn and get educated. I thought this was awesome. Now, I've heard mixed reviews about age domains, and I think it's hard to really gather what the actual answer is because there's so many variables that go into building a website. But I've heard very positive things, and I've heard some people that don't want to mess with them. Now, where they got their domains from, I don't know. What research did they do before pulling the trigger and getting that domain? I don't know those answers. I just know that I've heard chatter on both sides about age domain projects. But I'm here to find out for myself to see what the experience is using an age domain and building a website. And I can actually say that one of my current projects was built on a somewhat age domain with a little bit of juice, if you will, some link juice and some domain authority, and it actually has gotten traffic really quickly. So this technically would be project number 2 built on an age domain. Now, if you want to build a site on an age domain, you have 2 options basically. You can go find a domain on something like GoDaddy Auctions or use a tool called Spamzilla to help you filter and find these age domains. But then you've got to do your own research on them. You need to look at the history of the domain. You need to look at the backlinks. You probably want to go to archive.org, way back machine, and look at the physical snapshots of that domain and see what the website was and what it was about. So it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. This is what I did on the previous one that I purchased. Or you can go to something like Odys Global, review their websites. So babevibes.com, basically 2,400 bucks, and they've got it. So they have this site with branding and they have it live. So 10 years of age, 175 unique referring domains, 4 high authority links. That means back to that site. Name value, which I mean, I totally agree. That's probably about right. 1,200 bucks, Babe Vibes. And that's dang, it's actually pretty cool. So they're saying value 2,600 grand. You pay $2,380. So let's go to Babe Vibes and let me show you what they've done. So what they've done is guaranteed is a website, right? Yeah. So this is what they have set up. Ooh, robots with 2 R's. All right, let's check this one out. While I'm doing that, let me go to robots with 2 R's. Let's just see what pops up here. Okay, so this one is straight up Odys. Why that other one has that live website, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'd have to ask Odys that question. I don't know the answer there. But this domain that's dropped, that they've purchased the domain and they've snagged it, and this is what's on the website, right? So they have the site live. Any URLs that had links to them, they have set up a page, and I don't know what those are on this, like right here. I don't know what those are, but they've set up links to those. So if you want to check it out, they gave me a link that I can share with you guys. It is a referral link. You guys get a discount on any domain that you would buy. I believe it's $100 discount when you use that link. I'll put it in the description if you want to give Odys a shot. Again, I feel great so far about my partnership with the company, just the level of service that I've gotten. And I had already heard of Odys from other site builders out there, and so I already felt pretty good about the company, honestly, before I ever reached out to them. I wouldn't have asked to do a deal if I didn't already feel good about the company. And next up, if you hadn't already seen my journey about the road to 1 million, where we're trying to get to 1 million monthly page views with our blog, follow along, and I'd love to connect with you and keep in touch. Watch that video next, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.